And it's a very warm welcome, or at least not a cold welcome, because what have we got? 11 degrees Celsius in Port Angeles, Washington. And this is the scene of our latest Let's Fly group flight. Let me just tilt around here, or pan around here, and have a look at the beautiful view. Port Angeles in Washington State. This is a Coast Guard air station responsible for about 3,500 let's see if I can actually manage to talk today. 3,500 nautical miles of coastline in the northwest United States, and it is the starting point for our flight into those mountains you see behind us. More or less Olympic National Park on the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. And here we have our usual excellent selection of helicopters on the apron, all squeezed in there. Port Angeles, you know, it's going to be getting a bit more use in the simulator if people want to get into the new add-on coming from Moravia Softworks, Emergency Dispatcher Pro. I have done a stream with the developer of that one, Matt. So we'll be this is one of the bases that you can select. So you can be flying your wonderful MH60 Tango Jayhawk and enjoy this location for yourself. So who are we saying hello to today? Looks like we've got Mako 6. Let's see what... Mako does not have his usual H145. There is I was going to say Coast, but it's not. It's a 500C. Excellent. Bunk Foss and your 500C over there. Very good. Speedy Go. Hello to you in your S76. Space Cadet in your OH6. And who have we got here bobbing up and down? Nuba, is it? Hello. Nice to see you. Alois in your H130. That's what I've got today as well. Oh, look at these nicely lined up helicopters here. You've all done a very good job. You're just merging with some of my generic scenery that's spawned in there for me. Captain FS, hello to you. Geopilot World, our resident geologist, who no doubt will have done a bit of research for us, who's said hello to us too on the text line from a very hot Thailand. 29 degrees Celsius at 4 a.m, a bit warmer here than Port Angeles. Hello from the ambulance, says Giga. Wish I could make it, but I'm working currently. I just had to parse that one before I read it out. Right. So you're not in the ambulance as someone receiving service. It looks like you're providing it. Thank you very much for your service, Giga. Look forward to seeing you next time, I hope. I'm glad you can still enjoy us here doing the flight. Bunk Foss, I was not going to miss flying in my backyard, says Bunk Foss. Good, well, I'm glad you can make it. Ray Cap's flying along there in the MH60 Tango, I think. And who's got a long ranger here that looks like Aquastring? Quasi Archer 2, hello to you. SM Tottawa. Oh, SMT Ottawa. Hello in your H145. Ray Cap again over there. N1 clock. Wow, what a great selection of helicopters as usual. FHPRA, hello to you. Regular. Charlie, good to see you as well. RoughLandings, I'm going to introduce properly in a minute. Charlie Para, hello to you. Always good to see you. Whisper Dark too, another very eager regular who's even flown part of the route with us today. To check it out, he's a sort of scout of the head for us. It's all looking good. Rob Mick, good to see you. Chris Loire and you're very reliable in your S76. JB Vox 2 over there. Delta 1 Foxtrot 3. Cube Store, hello to you. Murray as well. There's my Cowan Simulations H130. More on that in a moment. But let me say hello to RoughLandings in your Huey down there. Hello, RoughLanding.
Hey.
Ahoy, hoy. So you are the official co-pilot today because you actually chose this route. Why did you choose Olympic National Park on the Olympic Peninsula?
Well, it's my backyard as well. I'm a native of Washington and been backpacking and hiking in the mountains of Washington for about 30 years now. So I've visited a large number of these mountains and lakes, and one of my favorite things to do in the sim is to scout out places I'm going, or just overfly and check out places I've been. Mountains
that is
make for some great flying.
Oh, you bet. Well, I 100% agree with everything you just said there, because it's not an area that I'd sort of thought of naturally. I mean, I've never been to Washington State, but I think of Mount Rainier, that sort of volcanic area of Washington State, and hadn't really had a chance to think about the Olympic Peninsula over here, which we can see behind us, behind all the helicopters there in the background. And I'm so glad, RoughLandings, that you chose this for us, and so much so you've even made a few scenery items here for us to enjoy. I'm sure some of us have got it all loaded in. I know that I have. So we won't sort of spoil it yet, but we'll talk about the chalet that you've crafted in Enchanted Valley. So we'll talk about that, and you've got some points of interest set in the mountains there as well. If I just hit my V key, I can see some of those. So RoughLandings, thank you very much for putting this together. We'll be coming to you as we fly and find out your special insights about what we're looking at. And what are you most, if there was one or two things that you most wanted people to enjoy from the view of their helicopter, what would those be?
Oh man, just the mountains and the lakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the scenery. The sim does reasonable justice to it. I mean, much better than previous versions of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, enjoy.
Excellent stuff. Well, here is the route, and RoughLandings has got lots of points in there for us. So we will just proceed up here to the lakes, have a look at Mount Olympus over here, and I'll sort of talk more about this as we go. I bullied RoughLandings into getting us down to Hood Canal down here as well, so we can enjoy a couple of valleys there, and some beautiful scenery in here as well when we see that Enchanted Valley chalet, and more lakes and peaks, and then we'll fly out here to the coast, and we'll be doing a beach landing. We are enjoying the the beautiful spring beach time atmosphere in northwestern USA over here at Copalis Beach, which I think might be the only legal airport which is actually on sand on a beach in the United States. Anyway, we'll enjoy that a bit later on as well, and RoughLandings has been good enough to do a little enhancement on the scenery down there for us as well. If you are watching and you want to enjoy anything that RoughLandings has made for us, here is the Discord address, so you can fly along to the Discord, and if you just scroll back in the general channel there, you'll see the scenery items that RoughLandings has made for us, and you can get those on board your sim as well if you so choose. If you don't have those on, no worries, you can just enjoy it on my screen, and I think it's time for me to get this thing started up. So I've loaded up full load in the H130, so time to run the very short checklist and get ourselves going here. So H130 I thought would be a pretty good aircraft to do this flight in. So what do we need to do here? We just need to get the battery on. So have I got all these working up here? I've got that view working up here, that's good. And the battery comes on down here. So we'll just let that do its little test there. Everything else here is where it needs to be. We'll just get that throttle down to where it is supposed to go. Avionics, I'm just going to be using the tablet today, and all of RoughLandings is excellent scenery, points of interest that he's added in. He's added in like hundreds, it seems. How did you get all those points of interest in RoughLandings? You did so many.
Well, I pulled the coordinates from Onyx Backcountry, which is a backcountry mapping app that I use for my trip planning for backpacking. And just then put them into a spreadsheet, and then went from the spreadsheet into the flight simulator.
Wow. That's what I call dedication. He wants everyone to know what every single lake is, which is good.
Well, I wanted to know.
Yeah, you wanted to sound like you were the expert on the matter. Well, I know you are, but yeah, there's a lot of lakes up there. There is a lot of lakes up there. Okay, generator remains off. I guess let's start getting this engine started up. So fuel pump comes on, which is over here. Can't quite hear that. Anti-coils come on. The starter comes on, which just means that I just flick the switch basically. And then we'll just watch all of this come to life up here on the first limit indicator, all the other engine controls up here, the VEMD, I think it's called. Let's just pop outside and have a look. Yeah, I'm getting sort of slightly strange results with the audio in multiplayer at the moment. It's been going for a few weeks now. At least I don't have the jet turbine whine. My helicopter's really quiet and all the multiplayers are really loud. So, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually just going to hit escape for 1 second. And I'm going to, in sound, turn down even further other aircraft. So, I'm going to put that on 10, which seems very low. Everything else there is fine. No, it still puts it in at the same volume. Very strange. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out a bit later on. Geopilot, ever wonder where all the material from those glacial valleys we will be flying along ended up? That's a great question. That's a great question. Love it. Shalao. Hello, Shalao to you in Poland. And I think I missed Alois saying hello from Switzerland as well. Schweiz, you are welcome, Alois. So, Geopilot, yes. So in our glacial valleys that get carved out and we get these beautiful valleys for us to fly along and enjoy in the helicopters, where does all the material go? Well, says GeoPilot, they go onto the plains around Port Angeles. Pleistocene glacial outwash, sand, silt, gravel and boulders, all carved out from those valleys and put down on the land here. Well, we'll have a look at those in a minute, won't we? So now what am I going to do here? Oh, look, there's a Bell 222 in Coast Guard livery. That's excellent. Whisper Dark. I just only just noticed that. Very good. Very good. Oh, you're going to be enjoying that MH65 when it comes along from Towers Hangar, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. There he goes. Okay, so we will be overflying on our departure here. William R. Fairchild International. So what we will need to do is Class Echo airspace, so VFR is uncontrolled. So we will overfly the centerline there, I propose, at about 1,500 feet. And then once we get out of the controlled airspace there a bit further down, once we get overhead at maybe 7 Whiskey Alpha 0, we'll probably be down maybe, let's say, 500 feet above ground level. So we'll probably descend after that and see how we go. I might just get my Navigraph up as well, so it sounds like I know what I'm talking about. I've got all of RoughLandings' excellent notes here as well, so I can follow along with those. Lake Crescent is that first big lake we're going to over there, and there it is, Lake Crescent. That's a big one. So we'll get to enjoy that. Now, where am I up to starting up my aircraft here? Starter on, we've done that. That's all fine, that's all fine, that's all fine. Let's get that generator on, that's important. Generator comes on, thank you very much. Let's just stop that from blinking by doing that. Fuel pump now comes off. Avionics and systems are set because I'm just using the EFB, cheating. And the twist grip can now come to flight position, so it wasn't actually curious. I did turn that down, but then it went up again by itself. But anyway, we'll figure all of that out. I can't even hear my helicopter over all the other noise, so that's a bit of a curiosity. Twist grip is done. Horn can come on. In fact, is it already? No, it's not. Horn can come on. Twist grip is done. Fire test, yeah, it's fine. So, let me see. Now, we've got calm winds basically from 060, so let's just get on to the flight plane here. So the winds are coming from up here. We'll be taking off with a very slight tailwind if we use the 26 runway, which I think we will. So I'm going to go and get myself lined up on the runway, and we'll let everyone form up behind, and then we'll be good to go. So let me just have a quick little situational awareness around me here. Got Chris Lar right next door. And I've got a beautiful lineup of machines over here. I've brought the Maverick helicopters liveried H-130, so this machine's having a bit of a holiday from Grand Canyon and come up to Washington State for us today. That's good. All right, so I just need to get past Whisper Dark and Delta Fox right here. No worries. So up we come. So right and aft, and we'll just pull a little bit of collective here to see how we go. Right pedal required in the H-130. Head tracking, which I usually forget. There it is. Looking straight ahead. Needed a bit more aft cyclic there, but not too bad. Not too bad. So I'll just make sure I don't hit Whisper Dark there. Come around this way. As usual on MSFS, it's a little bit hard to get the exact collective position you want. That's what I've learned about X-Plane. It's a little bit more settled in that regard. Very excited about Sim Update 5. I did a live stream on Twitch with some testing of the CFD situation, the new visualization, and the new improved rotor dynamics that are offered in Sim Update 5. It is a massive improvement around elevated objects, elevated helipads. It's going to be much better. Hello, Mac2 Slew 2. Good to see you and your Stars and Stripes livery machine over there. Very nice. I'm just going to go a little bit further down the runway. I'll settle down on the runway and let people form up behind. Get our beautiful traditional let's fly formation departure. Okay, I will maybe just go a little bit further forward because I know there's quite a few helicopters behind. And then we'll be just about ready to go. Oh, it's a little bit cold in Melbourne this morning. Go ahead.
I'm seeing you at a 737.
Oh no! Oh no. Well, that's another thing that's going to be improved about Sim Update 5, though I have not yet tested it, is the model matching is reputed to be much better in Sim Update 5. So if you don't have an H130 from Cowan Simulations in your collection, you will at least get a helicopter displayed when
Steady touchdown.
Okay, so that's interesting. So I need to get into FS Realistic Plus. I thought there might be something going on there. Profile. We're going to copy it from another H130. So how am I going to find it here? I guess one of these. How do I know which is the most recent one? I'll just take a bit of a guess there. That doesn't sound promising. What was the most recent one I used? Maybe that New Zealand one? Apply. So unfortunately, FS Realistic Plus doesn't recognise the fact that it's a machine that I've already... Oh, okay, it's the wrong camera, but it'll do. Look at all these helicopters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. That's 19 I can see right there without even looking around properly. And there's a couple in front of me as well. All right, looks like we're all lined up. Looks like Space Cadets is coming up behind there. Aqua Strings keeping watch from on high. Thank you. Vani. Looks like you might be getting ready down there as well. And I propose it's time to get going. So we'll point ourselves down to the other airport and get ourselves moving along here. Max, hello Max. Last week you went flying and now this week your dad's in control. Well, hopefully we can have you both online one of these days. We can have another father-son setup. Now, what's happened to my rotor speed here? Okay, do you know what? I've got a controller conflict here. I know it. I know I have. There has got to be something to do with the throttle. How am I going to find that out? Because I've had this before, but I really thought I'd stamped all of these out. There it is there, F1 and F4. Previous D10. Oh, that was lucky. Oh, I see why, because it hasn't actually got the correct profile loaded. How very interesting. How very interesting. Helicopters all. Okay, that's got it. Don't know why that happens. Don't know why that happens. All right, so I think now when I change my view, I won't be cutting my throttle. All right, sorry people, let's go. Looking down the runway. Looking down the runway. Getting into a stable hover right here. Here we go, people. Oh, thanks so much for coming along, everyone. And thank you, RoughLandings, for this excellent trip that you've made for us. Let's... Does that... Why? I'm getting more FS Realistic Plus than I am MSFS audio. And there's that dreaded jet line again. What has happened to my multiplayer audio? I swear when I test this, it all works. And then when we actually go flying, it's like, where are all these sounds coming from? All right, remember we need to climb up to 1,500 feet here so we can safely pass over the other airport. Apollo. So you like your cow and some helicopters, but you're not so convinced by the textures, the cockpit textures? Yeah, it's, you know, there's no point hiding it. You can see it right in front of you there. It's not the highest resolution or the highest textured cockpit that you've seen there. I mean, it's not bad up there. It's serviceable. It's just not particularly high resolution. You know, those textures in there, you know, you can see it. All right, let's aim for our other airport, which we are. In fact, I can kind of see it there in the view, and we'll just do a nice flyby here. Oh, with all the helicopters. Yes. All right, so we're at 1,200 already. That's good. Let's get up to 15 to safely pass over the other airport. I have got to figure out what's going on with this audio. It's very strange, because when I test it, I mean, when I fly it, it's perfectly fine. But when I get into the multiplayer session, it's like this. Not ideal. So what have I got on there? 1,800. Okay, that's plenty. So let's just get the SAS on. Whoops, a little bit rough. Get the altitude hold on. We'll be picking up speed here, people. We'll just get safely over here first. Get the head tracking off now, Matthew will be fine. Landing light goes off because it was never on. And here's our flyby. Look at that! Fantastic. Oh, look at you, good helicopters. Ritzkio, hello to you as well. And yeah, Huey, very nice. Okay, bit of a right turn here, and we'll get ourselves along to Lake Crescent. Now, I think I finally got my my heading bug working, so let's just get that over here and get our heading hold going in that direction. RoughLandings knows where he's going. Well, of course he does.
I'm following Highway 101.
Okay, Highway 101, follow that man. And it looks like we're going to head up that valley over there.
Yeah, we're going to follow the highway. Just do this gap here and then just continue to the right between this this first hill here and Mount Baldy.
Excellent stuff. So I can, there it is, Mount Baldy right up ahead. So thanks to you and your points of interest that you've added in there. So I can just adjust it with my heading bug now. Yes, I finally got that working. So that's nice. But FS Realistic Plus, I wonder if it's FS Realistic Plus that's somehow contributing to this. So if I turn that off, it just turns it off, unsurprising. Very curious that I just don't get. Why can't I change that? Very confusing. Alright, so into the valley we go. What a beautiful view already, isn't it?
I love these mountains.
Well, everyone else is going to love these mountains as well by the time we finish with this flight. Okay, so I just have to only use my heading bug now, and JB Vox, we're turning right here, so up the valley we go. Now, is that Lake Crescent the first one?
I'm seeing, looks like we got a little Lake Sutherland coming up first.
Oh, yeah, there's an initial one as well, isn't there, before we get into Lake Crescent?
Lake Crescent.
Okay, I've got 124 knots on. I'm going to come a little bit lower, so we'll go speed hold, lower the collective slightly, and I will come down to the same height that you are all at. Oh yeah, Beautiful stuff. Nice. 125 knots. We'll try and keep about 115 to 120 as our cruise speed. You're getting a terrain warning there, RoughLandings.
Yes, I gotta disable my.
That's a high-tech UH-1 with the terrain avoidance system there.
Yeah, I've got the TDS GTNs in it.
Nice. Okay, so I'm leveling off at, I think it's 1,600, and I'll just try and keep about 115 knots on. I'll have to keep an eye on that. And we've got some geological fun facts from our resident geologist, gel pilot. Lake Sutherland and Lake Crescent are water-filled glacial valleys. Okay, so the glaciers came through here and carved all of this out, and now we've got the water filling them up here to form these beautiful two lakes. Lake Crescent is up to 190 metres deep. That's 624 feet. That's the next one in front of me. I'm just losing speed there, so I'm just keeping an eye on that. They were once one lake until around 7,000 years ago, and a catastrophic landslide of boulders, that's that thing that's right in front of me, I guess. Beautiful. Very well-timed commentary there, GeoPilot, thank you. Landslide of boulders and glacial debris slipped into the lake and separated them, and there it is now. It's very pretty now. You just wouldn't want to have been standing there 7,000 years ago, am I right? Amazing stuff. Oh, I feel like I'm getting a bit of crosswind here. Yeah, got 11 knots coming from 090. That's a tailwind, if anything. So here's our 7,000-year-old catastrophic rock slide separating our two lakes. It's got a road going through it now as well.
That's something.
Lake Crescent. So I assume we turn left here, rough, and we will see the major part of Lake Crescent over to our left.
Yes, sir. Just hugging the south shoreline of the lake is what I'm doing.
Excellent stuff. I've actually lost sight of you. Have I overtaken you?
Yeah, I'm down at about 1,000 feet. It looks like. No, what am I at? Yeah, like I'm about 1,000.
I definitely need to.
Yeah, you're
update.
ahead of me. I'm doing about 110 knots.
All right, I've got 118 on the speed tape right now, so I'll just bring that back down a bit. Oh, it's very nice in the H130 for sightseeing because it's quite automated. I can just steer with the with my heading bug down here. It's pretty good. There you all are. Lovely. Okay, well, maybe a little bit concerned about the speed here, so I'll just take a very long turn around here. I've got 109 knots on now. It's very hard to get that exactly to where I want it to be.
Yeah, I'm up about 125 now. So I'm pulling up on you.
Oh, look, there's a tall ship down in the harbour. That's nice. Don't think that's possibly fully realistic, but let's enjoy that. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a schooner. Ah, lovely. Thank you to the chase plane binocular system there.
We have a resident tall ship that based out of Grays Harbor, Aberdeen area called the Lady Washington. It spends a lot of time around Puget Sound and up and down the west coast. It's pretty neat.
I bet it is. Probably pretty hard to get it into Lake Crescent, I would have thought.
Yeah.
Oh dear. It's a beautiful view already. Beautiful stuff already. And we're hardly, I mean, we're only at 1,500 or 1,400 feet right now, and we can already see just the dramatic landscape. It's one of the deepest lakes in Washington, Lake Crescent. You can see why with those steep slopes coming down. You can see why.
Yeah, the
It's got
wind
very
gets
blue
whipping
water. It's
through
got very
here.
Let me read you one more little bit of fun fact that I found here. It's very blue water, I believe, is from low nitrogen levels that flow down into the lake. So it's a very clear lake. Did you recall that as well?
Yes.
Oh, some more. Let's let GL Pilot get in there as well. The east-west ridge along the northern boundary of Lake Sutherland, that's to my right, and Lake Crescent, ocean floor basalt scraped off the top of the Juan de Fuca plate. Wow. It just blows your mind. Blows your mind, this stuff. All right, so we just head up the valley here, and we've got a hard left coming up soon, so we'll deal with that shortly. Might need to just climb very slightly here. Speed hold, pull a bit of collective, and that'll get me up over that hump there as we proceed up the valley. I've got Marmoo's marinas in, so we can see I've got some piers and boats rendered down there. That's nice. Sorry, RoughLandings, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say we're going to go around the point of this ridge that's off to the left and hook back to the southeast.
Excellent
following
stuff.
Sol Duc Road.
Sol Duc Road. So, and is that also the Sol Duc River down there?
It will be that we intercept up here.
Excellent. So I think that's a word from some of the First Nations people around there. Sparkling waters, Sol Duc.
Yeah, you recognize, see lots of names from the local natives. Dosiwalla, Sahamahama, lots of Quinault.
Excellent. I'll hold my altitude there. So I'll start this left turn now, and we'll just get round into the valley. Here we go. This has still got like a two-bladed sound effect in here in FS Realistic. So the trouble with look, it's not really a problem with FS Realistic, but it recognises each different livery of an aircraft in MSFS 2024 as a different aircraft type. So therefore, I have to remember to set the profile each time. In fact, I've just worked out that the best way for me to do this will be to load the H125 one. That'll work better. Can you slow down a bit? Ask Max. Yes, so we're at 110 now. I'll just let the other helicopters just catch up a bit there. So I just had to do that by just pushing down on the collective with my altitude held on the SAS. And that'll just slow me down just very slightly. Sol Duc Valley. Now we're looking here. Oh yeah. Oh, that's such good flyaway view. So good. So I've got 106 knots on now. I'll just try and let a few people just catch up a bit if I've gone a bit too fast. And in the meantime, I'll get into FS Realistic and I'll just change the profile. I'll copy it from my H125, which should be okay. H125 passengers. I hope this is going to work. Interesting. Has it changed that jet line? No, it hasn't. Interesting. Let's see what happens there. 100 knots on right now. And there's the river, isn't it? Is that the one?
That's it.
The Sol Duc River. Oh, look at these inviting hills up ahead as we speed over at 100 knots, RoughLandings, a bit faster than when you're walking through.
For sure. I do an average of about 2 miles an hour.
So we're getting through here about 50 times faster and also in more or less a straight line. It must be beautiful at this time of year. I mean, I'm sure you've got all the local resident bird watchers heading out there as well. I know bird watching is just huge in the United States. I know spring is an exciting time. All the migrant species come up from down south, Central America, and come up through all the way through the United States and Canada. Birdman Dan, no good on joining today. The settings were good, but when I loaded in, it turns off the multiplayer settings and I can't see anyone. Okay, not quite sure of that. I'll just put in the settings anyway, just in case you might have missed one. There are the settings that I recommend. You have to check every one, otherwise it won't work. Also, if you're on PS5, that is a different network. Interesting, in the developer live stream this week, you did say it actually is technically possible for the networks to, to cross the bridge, as it were, but it's not happening yet. So apparently it's a lot of work, and I don't know if it's on their top of their priority list at the moment. Thanks very much, Big Al. Great stream as always, Big Al says. Are you looking forward to the Australian update out in May? Hope it updates things for us here in Melbourne. 100%. I'm looking forward to that. It was one of the most exciting things in the live stream for me, even though it's a bit selfish of me to get excited about that. But of course, I'm naturally extremely excited about another world update coming in Australia. So airports like Broome, Broken Hill are being handcrafted and will be available for everyone. It's just such a, it feels like a, what's the word, like a democratization, where I'm holding altitude. Oh, I need to do a speed hold. Sorry, I went, but okay, what do I need to do to fix this? I need to nose up, because we need to start climbing here. We've got quite a climb ahead. In fact, I'll see if I can match RoughLandings there. I just did the wrong buttons there, so I'll just get the nose up, get that speed down. Now we'll do a speed hold. I'll just bring the nose down again. Come on, up you come, up you come, up you come.
I'm just climbing a little bit here so I can take a look at Hidden Lake right in front of me.
Oh, Hidden Lake, okay.
One I haven't been to.
Oh, okay. Well, I can see why. It's absolutely just nestled beautifully in that little formation up there, isn't it? I'm below it right now. I'll probably be able to see it after I go past. Right, just turn left here a bit so I don't crash into any hills. And I'll just see
screenshot from earlier. I was saying my screenshot from earlier today was Hidden Lake.
Oh yeah, there it is. I can just, I've got these camera views the wrong way around. There it is. I can just see Hidden Lake above my machine right now. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Hidden Lake, not so hidden from a helicopter. All right. Oh, lots of activity on the text chat today. Thank you, people. So I'll just catch up with those in just 1 second. Just checking here how we're going. So we're going to be doing a, can we actually see Olympus yet? It's not quite. It's just behind all of this at the moment. So we'll see, we'll be turning to Mount Olympus soon. So GeoPilot's telling us the high mountains, including Mount Olympus, are not volcanic. They are formed of highly deformed, folded, and thrust-faulted marine sediments. Marine sediments, you say? Incredible. And so they've all been mushed together over the millennia, and it's like thrust up this this big old mountain range. Fascinating. Fascinating. Raphael, hello. Thank you. Birdman, so you're on Xbox, so it should work in all the settings. Check out. I'll look into it and shoot to join in next time I get a Saturday off. Well, Birdman, you can always just kind of fly along, and even if you can't see us, I mean, weirder things have happened. I mean, maybe they'll all just spring into view later, magically. I don't know. Sorry about that. Sorry to hear of your woes. There's always, I need to do a bit of a right turn here, so I'll just wait for the Seven Lakes overlook to glide past there on my right.
Ooh, so 7 Lakes Basin,
Go ahead. Yep.
If you look around, I believe you'll be able to see some of the trails in the satellite photography.
Oh, look at that Hagues Lake nestled down there. That's beautiful.
Camped at No Name and Morganroth Lake for 3 days one time.
Nice.
Some amazing fishing.
I love that No Name Lake actually does have a name. The name of No Name Lake is No Name.
There's no name.
Oh dear. High Divide. Oh, how spectacular up here. Oh.
Heart Lake. You see Heart Lake? You gotta look at
That's
Heart Lake.
off on my right there, isn't it? I just need to turn around and look this way. There it is. Oh, that is beautiful. A beautiful heart shape. Nice one.
And you can see the network of trails.
Yeah, I can see them just going down the hill there and up there. Yeah. Wow, that's your happy place, RoughLandings, I can tell.
Oh man. All right, now we're looking at at Mount Olympus and Blue Glacier.
So I'm going to go off script. Oh, sorry, you finish first, RoughLandings.
Go ahead. I was just going to say, one of my first backpacking trips, long backpacking trip, when I was, 19 maybe, was a 3-day trip up the Hoh River, up to Blue Glacier. I've been here. There's been many, many years now.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful to have that personal connection with someone who wants to share the scenery experience with us. RoughLandings, really special. So really glad to have your home territory, as it were, represented here. And look at this glacier. What a spectacular view of the glacier right up dead ahead. I've got a bit fast again, people. I'm just going to fix that now. Now I'm going to go off script slightly because I propose at the top of this glacier we try a little glacier landing.
Yeah, buddy.
I had a little test of it yesterday and it seems like it's going to work. So it's a little bit scary, like any alpine terrain, people. This is a public service announcement for everyone. It's very easy to lose your sense of attitude. So make use of your artificial horizon and don't smack into that hill like I was about to do. So we've got 12 knots coming pretty much directly from the south. That's, a headwind. That's pretty good. And I'm going to pull a bit more. We're holding speed. I'm going to pull a bit more collective and climb up the glacier. So we've got a bit of a headwind here. That's convenient. Oh, look how good this is. Might need to go manual soon. Geopilot, Eocene, Oligocene, and Miocene. So this is from 56 to 10 million years ago. They all piled up onto the North American plate margin, which is an accretionary wedge above a subduction zone. Oh, that sounds geologically exciting, and that's how we got all these wonderful mountains. Not volcanic here. So I can see the kind of the glacial saddle up there that I'm interested in. So I'm going to go SAS off. I'm going to go manual now, and I'm going to see if I can get us down on this glacial saddle up here, which might be a term that I just invented, but you will know it when you see it. How about this, people? Blue Glacier. This is one of the best glaciers we've seen. It's stunning. Stunning. Beautiful resolution too, by default in MSFS 2024. Okay, so here's our saddle. Oh yeah, I need to very rapidly lose my speed here. I've come in much too fast. This is typical in alpine terrain. It's very easy to lose your bearings, which is kind of just happened to me. I didn't realize that that was much closer. But I think I've just rescued it. This would be a terrific place to let your guests out and have a look here.
I love it.
How good is that? How good is that? All right, so make use of your artificial horizon. Just get rid of that translation there. All right, I'm a little bit more nose down than what I realized, but we have achieved this. Oh, under the glacier there. How do I get up out of that? That's better. How about that? There's pretty enough room to get most of the helicopters in there. Murray's just about to do it.
Slow down.
Oh yeah, yeah. I went in a bit too hot, so sorry about that because I just sort of lost my bearings there a little bit. Murray's actually chosen the perfect spot there because you're nice and flat. In fact, my helicopter is moving, so that's not great. How am I going to stop it from doing that? Reset that. My helicopter wants to move even when I don't want it to move, so I'll just get rid of I'll get it to idle. That might help my situation a bit. Then enjoy all of these other helicopters coming in here. Oh, get out of there. Oh, my helicopter really wants to move here. Doesn't like sitting on this compacted snow on the top of the glacier. So I can actually still slew it around. I might have to slew to point back out. Good work, people. Good landings here. RoughLandings. Let's see if you live up to your name. Clonk.
Yep.
In your Huey, you got it. You got it. Bunkfoss, I saw a black bear on the glacier. What, this one?
Nice.
Wow. Look at you, Speedy Go, and your F-76 overwatching us here. Oh, good work, helicopters. Oh, how about this one? Is this Cube Store is in a slightly risky seating position there, you'd have to say. Wonder how it's rendered you like that. That is fantastic. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, I've done a snow landing in a helicopter once in New Zealand. It wasn't a glacier as such, but it was just, I think, sort of... what's happened now? What's happened now? Let's get this head tracking off, and I'll just slew around. I can't actually see my helicopter. That's not convenient. Oh, there we go. And now I'm propelled at Mach 2 up the rock face. Oh dear, oh dear. That's not what... What if I get some power on? That's hilarious. How did that happen? Why can't I actually see my helicopter here? Because I've just pulverized it. Well, your host is stuck in the terrain. And that was a complete mess. So instead of lifting off nicely from where we all landed, I managed to propel myself down the glacier with some sort of slew error. All I was trying to do was turn around. So I'm just behind the main pack, and we'll proceed onwards from our lovely glacier landing here. So I'll just overfly the pack now. MCB Dub, hello to you.
Wow.
Not a bad view, right? Shaven Wookie, hello to you. Haven't seen you for a while. Good to have you along. And here we go down. What's this glacier on the side here?
The whole glacier.
Excellent. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. Beautiful scenery. Okay, so just watch my speed here, just with people trying to catch up to me, so I don't need to go too fast. Oh, there's RoughLandings in the distance, actually. You've you've got a hit there, no worries, no worries. So let's get my SAS on. Yeah, I think I had a bit of weird trim going on in there. The trim reset might not have been doing it for me. Alright, so let's hold the speed. If I can just get that button. There we go. Hold the speed. I'll just get my heading bug correct then, so I don't hit that terrain, which is getting very close now. Oh, the snow just changed. 113 knots. I've got a little bit of a descent going on there. How's my direction?
Yeah, we're still getting late season snow in the mountains this time of year.
Wow. Well, it looks very pretty in here, that's for sure. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to climb, actually, don't I? Because otherwise I'll smack into this range right in front of us. So, hold speed, pull collective, and climb, please. H125. I'm going to have to manually intervene here. That does not look safe. So let's just get this up here, because I left it a bit late. Climbing up here. 50 concurrent viewers. Hello! Great to have you all along on our Washington State, our Olympic Peninsula group flight with our co-host RoughLandings here, who has walked this terrain, fished this terrain, and done some handcrafting himself in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So grateful for him and his input here. Terrific experience. Just getting over this range here. Oh, it's beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
This is such a great experience in VR. It's looking, I love it.
Yeah, I wish I could do VR on the live stream. I've got far too many things to look at to to be able to do this in VR. But yeah, no, I'm sure this would just be endlessly spectacular and beautiful in virtual reality. Speaking of virtual reality, thanks for the reminder. Pimax has got a deal on at the moment, and you can, if you're thinking of getting into VR, you can support my channel and what I'm doing by using one of these links. So there'll be a small commission that goes back to me if you choose to use one of those links at no extra cost to you. They're doing a 2D to VR campaign. I think it's going for well, it's never quite know exactly when they're going to end the promotions, but I think it's up there for a little while at least. So you might be able to make use of that at least in the next few weeks, I would have thought. So $80 US off. I think it's the... Oh, you just have to follow the link to see which ones it includes. Definitely the light and definitely the Super QLED. Not too sure if the $80 also includes the Super OLED, but the Super OLED, if you're interested in that Crystal Super, there's a link there for that as well. Anyway, and the Dream Air as well, also being Super OLED or Micro OLED, you'll at least get the 2% Let's Fly discount on that one as well. So a bit of a promotion going there on Pimax at the moment. You can use that $80 discount with that code there. So let's just get the speed under control. I've gone a little bit off course here.
If you see Moose Peak up ahead of you yet, that's what we're pointed at.
Moose Peak. Are there any moose there?
I don't know that there are moose in the Olympics. There are in the Cascades. Not many, but I know winter before last, there was a moose spotted in Mount Rainier National Park. So, very rare, but
the world's biggest deer, if I'm right. So let's just get... Yeah, Mount Olympus. I didn't spend much time talking about Mount Olympus there, the tallest one, back there in the distance. You still see it there? Oh, it's Mount Scott in that view, but Beautiful glacial action flowing down from Mount Olympus and all of those peaks there. So there's Moose Peak dead ahead for me right now.
And
So-
just the other
go
side
ahead.
of Moose Peak is Gladys Lake and Moose Lake and Grand Lake. And my anecdote about those is I hiked in there with brand new work boots, and that was a stupid thing to do. My feet did not fare well on that trip. It was a fun trip still.
Fun trip, but the feet were pretty happy when it was over. In fact, they were probably pretty happy a few days after that, after they fully healed, I imagine. Okay, let's
once they
intervene here
recovered.
again. Once they're recovered, yeah. So here's Moose Peak, close encounter with Moose Peak.
As I recall, the fishing wasn't that great when I went.
Well, if it was in winter, it certainly wouldn't have been, because you would have frozen over, I imagine. But I'm assuming that was not the season you're up here. Oh, look at the lakes. There they are. Beautiful. Moose Lake right below. Grand Lake as well. Freezes solid in winter. Wow. Another spectacular valley in the Olympic Peninsula and Olympic National Park. Are we actually still in Olympic National Park here?
I believe so.
It's pretty large, but I don't know quite exactly what the borders are. But we can safely say we're definitely on the Olympic Peninsula. I've got very fast there, so I'll fix that in a second, people. So, we need to turn right, don't we, RoughLandings?
Yep. Yeah, we're going to hook around to the right. I'm just going to follow in this ridge line as I climb.
That is beautiful. And is that water up ahead now? Is that... Oh, yeah, that's the
Yeah,
main-
we're looking at
yeah,
Puget Sound.
Puget Sound. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, Olympic National Park is one of the only national parks that you can't drive through.
So you feel properly isolated when you're in there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
It's,
no trucks rumbling through.
It's about I think about a 6 or 7 hour drive just to circle the park.
Now, I'm apparently off course here if I look at mine, but I've not got you in sight yet, RoughLandings, so I'm just going to have to see if I can find you.
I'm at about 6,700 feet at the moment, and looking at
there you
Mount
are. There you are.
Olympus.
All right, let's get up there. So we've split the group into a bit here. So we're climbing up here from the from the northern group, and got RoughLandings back inside there. That's good. There goes the jet line, although I know it'll be back soon because I don't know what's going on with my multiplayer audio. Wow, is that ridge I'm looking at there actually natural? That's a very interesting formation there. Oh, it's just the shadows look a bit weird on it, that's why. It's very nice looking scenery. Another beautiful valley up there. What's our outside air temperature? Let's see if I can just get that on this one. 5 degrees Celsius. Woo! No wonder you're still getting late season snow in those kind of conditions.
Yeah, they got a fair bit of snow in the mountains last weekend.
Now,
I do winter backpacking, but I haven't done it in the Olympics yet.
No, that'd be a bit of a commitment. If you can't drive in and you got to walk all the way in, and it's winter, that's quite a commitment, I imagine.
Yeah, probably my most extreme trip I've done was at Mount Rainier in February during a winter storm, and it was something. It was we snowshoed out about a mile and a half from the parking lot at Paradise and camped on Mazama Ridge, and my son was with me, and we had 30 and 40 mile an hour winds while we were setting up our tent, and I told him just to hold on and I'll anchor it down, just don't let it go. If it was gone, if it blew away, it was gone.
Oh boy.
Turning around and hiking out. It was a beautiful, fun trip. I think we woke up with about 8 inches of fresh snow on the 10th the next morning.
Wow. What an experience. Oh, Pete NZ Heli's on. Hello, Pete. Good to see you.
G'day.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Another New Zealander who likes, I would think, a bit of alpine scenery.
Sure do.
All right, so how are we tracking here in terms of our time? So, as usual, it's always taking a little bit longer than what I thought. I did promise people that would overfly Bangor, B-A-N-G-R, Bravo Alpha November Golf Romeo, Bangor, and that's an opportunity for people to join in if you can't quite figure out where we are. However, RoughLandings, that extra addition that I suggested to get us down there, I'm wondering if that now is maybe too long. What do you think?
I'm game for whatever. So you're running the stream. I'm when I first test flew this route without that leg, it took me a little over 2 hours.
Oh, is that so? Oh, is that Rainier in the distance on the horizon?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll just
I'm just coming up on Mount Constance, and it's right in my windscreen, so I'm not sure.
I've got
Mount
Constance directly ahead of me, and I've got Rainier. I think, I mean, it's an absolutely massive volcano on the horizon. I don't know what else it would be.
Oh, it's the right direction.
Yep, that's Rainier.
Wow!
It just came into view for me.
What an absolutely stunning view that is. Incredible. Rainier in the distance. Just absolutely. It's in the sun as well for me, so it's really just catching it beautifully. And Mount Adams as well, geopilot. Oof! That is something.
Mount Adams, and I think I'm seeing St. Helens down there too.
Wow.
Further to the right. So Mount Constance, circle around just the south side of Mount Constance. There's Lake Constance, and that was my very first backpacking trip destination when I was in high school. And a friend took a group of us, a group of dumb teenagers up here, and it's the steepest hike in the Olympics. And I can't believe we did it, but we did. And that was the trip that got me hooked on backpacking. Trying to find it now. But it's one that with the last mile or 3/4 of a mile up into the lake was there it is. Okay. Just pulling yourself up by roots and branches and just a scramble.
A proper workout. Now, RoughLandings, you're behind me now. How did that happen?
I circled back around. I was trying to find the lake.
So I'm gonna propose that we actually cut the Bangor part of the route that I added on, just to keep us moving forwards here.
Okay.
Pete, I'll just get you to mute yourself if you don't mind, if you've got that available to you. So I think I'll cut off this portion here, which I added in, so this is my fault, just to get us moving, and that'll get us down to, what's the lake we're doing a shore landing at the next lake, is it, or am I getting ahead of myself here?
No, I think Upper Lena Lake would be the next. Is where I was thinking might be a decent spot for a shore landing.
Excellent.
So looking for Lower and Upper Lena Lake.
Well, let's head for lower initially, and so that's going to be a right turn for me now. So we're just performing a bit of a cut here, people, and this is entirely my fault because it was me who added this into the route. I thought, oh, we should go down and have a look at Hood Canal. We can see Hood Canal from up here. There it is, Hood Canal, people, and all the volcanoes in the background. That is an absolutely stunning view for me right now, but I'm just going to cut our flight down the canal there just for the sake of keeping the duration of the stream under control. All entirely my fault, not RoughLandings' fault at all. He went along with my idea, which was not a good idea. But that does look beautiful. I mean, from up here, look at the view. It's just ridiculous how spectacular that looks. And out to Rainier and Mount Adams and even Mount St. Helens here, you spotted people in the distance areas. Just so good. So good.
Okay, so I got the Brothers right in front of me, and Lena Lake's going to be on the other, just past the Brothers.
There's the Brothers. Okay, I've got the Brothers, and all right. So yeah, so we'll take Lower Lena Lake, and you want to do a shore landing at Upper Lena, do you? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I think so. All
right. Okay. Well, that'll be cool. That'll be a very altitudinally dynamic experience here for people. Okay, I've got 110 knots on. I'm going to go hold speed. I'm going to lower the collective. I'm going to start descending, and that'll get us down to Lower Lena Lake, which is going to be a lot lower than 8,000 feet. But will be beautiful anyway. And we must get a group shot at Upper Lena Lake.
Yeah, I think Lower Lena's at about 3,000 if I recall.
Right, I'm descending at 1,000 a minute now with 105 knots on, so I think this is going to work. Okay, so GeoPilot, across, looking to the east, a spectacular uplifted terrace of compacted quaternary, that's Pleistocene, glacial till can be seen, including glacial ridges left by the receded sheet glaciers. GeoPilot, is that on this side of Hood Canal or the other side of Hood Canal? It must be this side. I mean, oof, look at those ridge lines there. That is something. That is something.
I don't know a whole lot about geology, but as a structural engineer, I love glacial till. It has this very high bearing capacity.
Structural engineer, very good. Wow, the volcanoes on the other side. Yeah, so I'm just seeing a range of hills there, GeoPilot, on the other side there. It seems to run north to south on the other side of Hood Canal. So here's the next valley in here. Get myself pointing up that valley there. Frederick's not able to join us today, working away from home. Sorry about that, Fredericks. I'm sure you're having a grand old time no matter where you are. Always good to have you on the stream. Look forward to having you along again soon when you're able to join.
I misspoke. I did winter camp in the Olympics. I winter camped at Lena Lake last winter. I forgot about that.
Oh, I see Lena Lake here.
Whisperdarks. Oh, is it way down below me? Is it? So I'm very high right now. I have to lower that collective even more. Well, we've got to climb up to Upper Lena, and we'll be landing at Upper Lena. Let's just get this around here so I can see. I've got my cameras reversed on this particular machine, so that's not helpful. Oh, I haven't got Upper Lena in view for me yet.
Oh, it's up this way.
That's Elk Lake down there. Whisper Dark's over there. I can see Upper Lena now. So back into here. So I'm going to hook around this next little headland here to get into the valley that's going to get me up to Lower Lena. We've got a little bit dispersed here. There's a little bit of confusion there, and I changed the route anyway, so that didn't help. Anyway, these things happen on an Let's Fly live stream where we're just enjoying the scenery and keeping ourselves nicely on time as well, hopefully. Usually try and aim for about 2.5 hours on the whole stream duration, with about 2 hours of flying. And I just added a little bit too much in there, so I had to just change that around a bit, but we're all good now. So there's Mount Bretherton, there's Mount Lena. I'm just going to turn right into here, Geopilot World, so to your right. In fact, have I missed my turn? I think I have, so we'll just go over this one instead. I've got Upper Lena, I've got Mount Lena up ahead. Oh, I've still got most of the people behind me. There we go. Just hold the altitude there so I don't crash into the hill.
A lot of wind here.
Yeah, what have I got on my... Well, I've got... Oh, yeah. Up to about 15 knots from the west. So bear that in mind, people. We might try and do it. So if we can, we'll go on, therefore, on the eastern side of Upper Lena Lake. And that might give us an opportunity to enjoy that. So we're finally reformed. I've got RoughLandings up ahead. And a left turn for me now to get up into this valley as well. And then that'll get us heading nicely towards Upper Lena Lake for our lakeside landing. 1.6 kilometers away. Time to go manual. Time to go manual. So SAS comes off. I've lost a little bit of speed there, but that's okay. Whisper Dark's found it. So I think suggest trying to land on the eastern side of the lake if you've got your shore there. How's it looking, Whisper?
Not too bad. 16 knots, but doable.
Okay, I'll probably on the eastern side of the lake and touch down with your nose facing west into the wind if you can. And we'll get a nice group shot on the shore of Upper Lake Lena. Oh, it's a bit small, isn't it? So how are we going to handle that? Chaotically, like we always do. Okay, that looks good. Oh, look at that nice point down there. Murray's got it, I think, so I might just go over on this side.
Alright, let's see here.
Try not to hit Crawdad, or, yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm just trying to find my spot here as well and admire your landings all at the same time. Oh, look how glorious and peaceful this looks before all these helicopters arrived. Oh. Okay, I haven't quite found my preferred spot yet, so I might have to go over the side. And what's my heading there? Oh, I've got a tailwind right now, so it is a little bit exciting, this wind, isn't it? If by exciting you mean actually really quite scary.
Making it a little challenging.
Yeah, it's pretty windy, all right, but that's all right. I think I'm... Whoa! Okay, so I am actually south there, but it's better than with the wind behind me, that's for sure. So nose pointing in towards the lake, and we'll see if we can get a beautiful group shot here like we like to try and do. Let's see how Ritzkio goes with this. Whoa! Oh, just pretend it's not happening. Okay, we'll idle that.
There we go.
We'll get this chase camera out. Upper Lake Lena. That is absolutely beautiful. And nice work here, helicopters. As I just nestle in there through the branches to get this lovely view here of all of these fine helicopter pilots settling down in the Olympic Peninsula in Washington State. Beautiful spring morning, nice and cool. Nice and cool. Come along and join us on one of these flights one day, people. It's absolutely spectacular. A320 simulations, hello to you. So good to see you. Watching all the helicopters reminds me, it says A320 simulations, of what it was like flying for the news when OJ was running from the cops. Are you serious? What haven't you done? You were in one of the helicopters chasing OJ Simpson. Are you for real? It was about that chaotic. Okay, that's one of the biggest wows of the stream yet. It was about that chaotic with all the helicopters buzzing around. I bet it was. That is okay. I got nothing. There's no one's going to better that claim. Extraordinary stuff. All right, so let's just take stock of where we're at here. We've got some beautiful valley flying here to do. We've got to do our Enchanted Valley. Oh, that's up here actually. That's Enchanted Valley. So let me just read ahead on the plan here.
Yeah, so we're going to hit Flapjack and Murdoch Lakes next, and then drop down into Lake Crescent. All
right, okay. Well, we better get a move on. Looking forward to hearing the rest of A320 simulation story there. Do you know what? Now that I've said we'll better get a move on. Oh, no, I'll save my break for when we sit down at Enchanted Valley. That'll be better. I'll just need to do a quick break. So, get my throttle back up. Still just in amazement over A320 simulations during that story. Gosh. Do you tell people that on the PA on your actual flights that you do these days in your A320? Don't worry, people. I've got this. I was one of the ones chasing OJ. This crosswind's nothing. Oh dear. All right, lifting up here, and it's just straight ahead for me, so I'm already pointing in the right direction. I'll just go see if I can spot rough landings. Ooh, it sprung off the ground. See if I can spot rough landings here. We'll try and just keep this in a bit more of a tidy formation. That was my fault anyway, that last one, but try and keep this in a tidy formation if we can. Beautiful, beautiful work, people. I personally forgot to get a screenshot, but I hope someone else did. I got a vertical clip, so that's in the system for later. A320. It was wild. LAX gave one helicopter permission to do the overhead transition and 10 went. The controller was screaming and losing his mind. LOL. LOL. With those 10 helicopters all competing in the airspace that one helicopter was supposed to occupy. No, I don't tend to use the, I guess he's saying, the OJ story over the PA. But when we are landing and we see a helicopter pilot, I let my first officer know, there goes a hero. So good. The flight of heroes, people. A320 simulation says it, and he ought to know. Oh, so good. So good. This scenery. Wow. Okay, I need to just do some proper flying here. Whew. There's Mildred Lakes.
Okay, I'm coming up on Mildred's off my left here. I'm pointed at Mount Gladys and Murdoch Lakes.
Okay, I've got Mildred in sight, and I've got Mildred Lakes in sight. So do I just point to that one?
Yep. Overfly, okay. Mildred, and Mount Cruiser, Mount Gladys.
Okay.
This area, last last summer had a massive wildfire,
Wow.
and it's closed right now. I had permits to backpack into Flapjack Lakes right here on the other side of Mount Gladys that I had to cancel because of the fires last year.
Wow.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, wow, yeah. Because I mean, I guess there's it's dangerous hiking because if you've got sort of burnt trees, then there's risk of things falling over and wind and stuff. So it's a pretty risky kind of environment. So they close it down, I think, when it's like that. Am I right?
Yeah, after a fire, there's a high risk of landslides and washouts and tree falls. It's be pretty sketchy.
Pretty sketchy. I bet.
Looking at Flapjack Lakes right now. I've been in there once and was going to take a group in there last summer, but it didn't happen.
Oh, now
that was some of the best fishing I've had.
Some of the best fishing. Great. I actually don't have you in sight, so I think you might be on the other side. Are you on the northern side of... I've got Chrysler. I've got... Oh, there's Murdoch Lakes here. No, I'm on the wrong side of the peak here, so I'm just going to cross over this ridge line from Mount Cruiser and get over to where I see...
You should be able to see me now.
Yeah.
I see the group now, so...
Oh, this... Mount Cruiser, this like sort of long ridgeline here is stunning as well. Beautiful. And is that Mount Olympus again? I'll look you back chat over there. Oh, O'Neill Peak. Sure. Right, there's Murdoch Lakes. So I've got Murdoch. There's Mount Gladys. Okay, right. So that's right. Because I just had the wrong thing inside there. Oh, these mountains are so good. That's so good. Chill kicks. Ever do a fly along in the Appalachians? Sure, we can do. No, I have not done a fly along in the Appalachians yet, but I'm absolutely open to that possibility. Wow. Alright, so next waypoint down there. So it's a little bit of a left turn through here, and another spectacular valley is revealed to us. Woohoo! Oh, Flapjack Lakes, there we are. I love the sort of the multi-level lakes you get in these kind of environments. You get sort of a lake at one level, then there's a lake at a lower level below it, and beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff.
It's, I love it.
What sort of fish do you catch up there?
Generally we're catching rainbows or brook trout, eastern brook. There's some cutthroat trout. Flapjacks has primarily the eastern brook trout. They're beautiful fish. Really nice colors.
And are you putting them back in, or are you sort of grilling them up for your dinner, or what are you doing?
Generally I do catch and release, but occasionally I'll keep and cook one or two.
All right, so that lake, I'm now pointing at the sort of this end of the lake, and the lake is
Cushman, Lake Cushman.
Lake Cushman.
Mount Rose, if you see Mount Rose from where you're at, is where the fires originated that burned this area last summer.
Yeah.
So there was reportedly someone down on the road alongside the shore of Lake Cushman shooting fireworks off on the 4th of July. And lit it on fire.
No, lit it on fire. That's terrible. So what are we doing here? We're just going to sort of just get to this end of the lake and do a 180?
Yep, we'll do a 180 and fly back up this valley. Follow the river.
All right. Roger. that's going to happen. I'm being a very sensible pilot and hugging one side of the valley here. And an engine failure means you've got all of the other side of the valley to do a turn if you need to get down to hopefully a safe landing spot down there. I think if you were doing any kind of flying like this up on the hills, you'd probably have floats on as well with all of these lakes. Emergency floats perhaps. All right, so I'm going to commence my 180 right now.
Oh man, I got something going on here.
Lake Cushman. And there's Mount Rainier on the horizon again. Beautiful. All right.
I went inverted there for a minute. I don't know
Inverted in your
about.
Huey. What did the train avoidance system tell you on that occasion?
Well, I had it disabled, so.
Yeah, pro tip.
I wonder if I have the wake turbulence on or something.
Uh,
I'm not sure.
yeah, so Big Al
I've got a master caution.
Oh yeah. Big Al was talking about about how good the model matching is going to be when Sim Update 5 comes out. We're all looking forward to that. I think there's been some improvements in wake turbulence as well, but in the live stream they seemed to not be aware of the issue that people have when there's multiple wake turbulences being rendered in the simulator at the same time, causing a massive slowdown. So I think as soon as you got more than 2 or 3 pilots on board, you definitely want to get that wake turbulence turned off, because otherwise the performance is like a slideshow. Real pity. So they surprisingly seem to be unaware of that, but I encourage people to keep the bug reports coming, and we'll see what Sim Update 5 is like anyway, in case there's been any change there. It's a very dynamic situation, as always, in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Okay. So the route we're following now in 2020, I backpacked from the basically the mouth of the river on Lake Cushman back there. Or that was where I exited out. We're flying the route backwards, but 2020, my son was 10 years old at the time, and we did 5 days crossing the Olympics.
Wow.
53 miles up over the Olympics.
Well, who was the one most struggling to keep up, you or your son?
Probably me, because my knees started bugging me on the first day.
Oh, ow.
My son is an incredibly strong hiker, and he's 15 now, almost 16. Yeah, 10 years old. He started backpacking with me when he was 8.
Oh, that is
Thousands
brilliant.
of miles on his boots.
What did you say? 1,000 miles on his boots?
Oh, probably.
Alright, just get back into autopilot there for a little bit so that I can just relax. Even though this scenery is just, oh, look at this valley and the peaks at the end of it. Wow. Everywhere you look, it's just wow. Is that Mount Steele towering above us up there? Beautiful.
Yeah, pointed right at Mount Steele.
That is stunning stuff. Absolutely stunning.
We'll just continue up the valley and climb up between Mount Steele and Mount Hopper, and then hook around to the left.
Hook around to the after Mount Steele, yeah. And then we'll finally get down that enchanted valley, and we'll be on our way out. And down to Copalis Beach. Hopefully I said that right. And that's where we will have our beach landing. We'll have our beach party.
So the proper pronunciation is Copalis.
Copalis, thank you.
Yes.
Bunkfoss. Bunkfoss, we've got sort of competing Washington knowledge here. Don't worry, it's all welcome. Bunkfoss, has anyone mentioned one of the things that makes this park special are the rainforests? I was not aware of that, so it doesn't surprise me that, you're right on the Pacific coast there. I understand that all of the Olympic Peninsula is a massive rain shadow. No, what's it called? Like the rain bunches up on the ocean side of the Olympic Peninsula and shelters Seattle. Is that right? So it's much wetter over on the western side or western half of the park. And you get a massive amount of rain there. And apparently Bunkfoss tells us it's rainforests. Cool.
Yes. It's the whole rainforest and like the Quinault area is very much rainforest. Lots, very, very green. Lots of mossy covered trees. It's just gorgeous.
Beautiful.
So.
Beautiful.
Right.
Well, got a little bit of rainforest in Australia too. It's just all along the east coast, and a sort of a thin strip that faces the coast. We did a bit of flying up at in Cairns and the Daintree recently when that storm passed through. Oh, up we go. Oh yeah, I'm right behind Mach 2 Slew 2. 80 knots on. Make sure I don't collide with you there. Oh, how good is this? Over we go, through the saddle. That is good. And then the next valley, another spectacular valley. It's almost just too much, isn't it? Every time it must be just spectacular on the walking tracks. It's so satisfying, isn't it, when you're hiking and you sort of get to that crest and then you got the next beautiful valley below you, right?
Yes. So we camped at Marmot Lake right here. You'll see to come around Mount Steele.
I've got Marmot Lake, so I'm here.
Beautiful little lake.
All right, I've got Marmot Lake dead ahead, so I'm going to go direct Marmot Lake, and that's going to, I think, position us properly for what we need to do here.
Yeah, so overfly Marmot Lake, continue on through what would be O'Neill Pass. If you look here, you can see the trail coming up towards the pass.
Yeah.
In the terrain, and then O'Neill Peak is kind of right dead ahead on the other side of the pass. And so we'll go through the pass and then hook back around, keeping O'Neill Peak on our left. And I can still see the trail. Cool.
The trail that you have walked on, that is great. I love that. I love those personal connections. A320 simulations don't have much mountain flying experience. Very stressful, usually turbulent, limited options if you have to auto-rotate. So you tend to follow ridge lines as much as possible, for sure. I mean, it's fun in the simulator because we do it without risk, right? So we can just enjoy the scenery. I do sometimes try and talk about alpine flying techniques. I mean, I'm no expert, so there are experts, but yeah, like hugging the sides of valleys so you've got more margin for error on the other side, so you can sort of loop around if you need to. Right, so now I've got...
So I'm continuing to follow this ridge. I'm almost directly above in the chalet now, and I'm going to continue on towards Mount Anderson and then hook back around to the left and drop down into the valley.
All right. Well, so I've got the chalet in my view now, and so just run that by me again. I'm heading direct to the valley chalet from the south. And do you propose that I do a 180 there again to come back in, or just land from here?
Well, the approach I'm going to make is I'm headed towards Mount Anderson ahead of us, and the glacier up here, and there's...
Oh, I see what I've done. I've cut off some of the flight plan. So who have I got behind me here? Let me have a look. Yeah, I've got a few. Yeah, I've got lots of pilots behind me. So I'm just going to cross back over this ridge and I'll do it properly. Sorry about that. I just I went a bit long on the crosswind leg, as it were. So I'll just fix that now. Come over the ridge here. So go ahead.
Yeah, when you follow the trail up from Enchanted Valley, it comes up to the saddle up here, and then follows the ridge line around us to the right. But we hiked up here and hiked into this lake right here at just below Mount Anderson. And it's a glacial lake. It's not named as far as I know.
Oh, this.
And it's every bit as green as it shows up here. It's gorgeous.
Oh, I just can't believe what I'm saying. There's this alpine kind of rocky, I don't know whether it's scree or something here with a few sort of pine trees up. It's so beautiful, so beautiful. Right, I still do not have you in sight, RoughLandings, but I think
Okay, if you're looking at Mount Anderson, I'm going to be off to the left. I'm on the north side of the valley now.
Okay, all right. So I don't go as far as Mount Anderson.
I'm pretty much right off of your 9 o'clock. It looks like.
Okay, gotcha. I'm following Pete. I'm following Pete NZ right now, so I think that's going to work. So I've got this beautiful, very pale-looking lake up here. And Iberian Trim, hello to you. First time I've seen you. And oh, that lake, the colour of it, wow, turquoise. And through here, and then the correct approach into the chalet. Not the one I did initially. Oh, this is incredible. Wow. So good. So good. Right, now the chalet will be in front of me again. Right, there we go.
Fast.
Yeah, no, don't you worry about that. I'm the master of ridiculous maneuvers. I'm the master of like, oh, I've gone a little bit further downwind than what I thought. I'll just have to throw on the brakes, by which I mean keep the nose up and drop the collective on the floor. Right, so here's a bit more wisdom from A320. If you have to auto-rotate, you want to go tail rotor first into the trees, because if you go in level, the main rotor will catch a tree. Oh, okay. By tail rotor first, you mean like you got the nose up and the tail rotor therefore down, I think is what you mean there. Or what you're telling me. Now, I've finally got RoughLandings in view again. So, if you have loaded RoughLandings scenery, here you'll find his work in progress of the RoughLandings, sorry, of the RoughLandings Chalet. I suppose it is the RoughLandings Chalet now. The Enchanted Valley Chalet. So, this is a historic chalet built here in this spectacular valley, and I understand it's been moved a few times because of the river down there has sort of changed direction and they've had to move the chalet. But you're building it in the simulator, RoughLandings. How are you enjoying that?
Yes, it's a learning process for sure. So finding it to be a steep learning curve, getting from the basic 3D model to getting it textured, and that's kind of the step I'm at right now, is learning how to do the UV maps for the textures, and slow process, watching lots of YouTube tutorials and all that good stuff.
Oh, you know, I'm a great exponent of a YouTube tutorial, but you're well outside of my experience there. I think it's awesome that you're doing this, and I love it that, you know, people with this kind of personal experience turn it into something that other people can enjoy in the simulator as well. So all power to you, RoughLandings. I think that's great. I think that's really great. Now, I assume we've still got a westerly breeze here, so I'm going to try and land in front of the chalet with my nose pointing to the right of where I am right now. So I'll have the chalet behind me. Oops. Ah! Unwanted binoculars. Okay, go away. Okay, I'm reasonably happy with that approach. I haven't looked at the wind, so I'm just flying blind in that respect, but I'll just get a little bit further down here. I think there's a trail down here, so I'm leaving room for people to come in over there, and I'll get my nose out to looking down the river. Got a bit of oscillation there. Pilot induced, and just down we go. Come on, last little bit. There we go. Whew, breathe. And how did we do? I think I'm inside the chalet. That was not what I meant to do. Let's come around here. The camera, that is, not the helicopter, thankfully. There we go. Oh, we've got all the H130s lined up over here. Nice work. Nice work. N1 clock, Mach 2, Slew 2, Captain FS, my Maverick Helicopters H130 on holiday from the Grand Canyon. Alois has made close contact there with Crawdad. And all of our other excellent machines here, all arrayed on the river, in the river, beside the river, looking down the river to enjoy this spectacular scene. Look at this Alpine Valley, the Enchanted Valley. No wonder it's called Enchanted Valley. That is so spectacular. On this Let's Fly group flight live stream. Come along, people. Hope to see you next time.
Early in the season, there are dozens of waterfalls that come down the north side of the from the ridgeline to the north. It's phenomenal.
Phenomenal. I bet it is. I bet it is. Okay, people, I am going to take the quickest break, so audio will be muted briefly, and if I can actually find where the page is on my stream deck. What have I done now? Deleted it? That'd be clever. So very quick break from me, and we'll be on our way soon to get ourselves home to Copalis Beach. Looking forward to that. Stay with us, people. Be right back. All right, Enchanted Valley, almost time to move on, and we will be, let's get my views right over here, we will be heading pretty much into, oh, what's my helicopter doing? Settle down. following the valley, basically. Pretty easy. Then crossing over into our final lake crossing there, and then it's a straight line out to Copalis. So let's get this thing moving along. Oh, people, I remind you, you might want to just check your fuel level here. Mine's less than half now, so I'm just going to cheat and load that in now. So just check your fuel level. Don't need you running out of fuel. That'd be embarrassing. Be more embarrassing for me, frankly, if I'm supposedly the co-host of this. Flight performances, mass and balance, fuel. Let's just get that back up to full. Load it in the aircraft. That's good. And back to our flight planner and looking down the valley. Just get a couple of screens set up over here. Get everything where I need it to be. Too many screens as usual. Yeah, in China Valley, known as the Valley, is 10,000 waterfalls. RoughLandings already told us that. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. And there's our little corner of H-130s over here. Oh, love the look of this helicopter. And there's the rest of the crew down there as well. Great work, people. Helicopter pilots, love you. So great to have you along on this spectacular voyage today. So, pointing straight down here. I've got that all set up here. Whoa, I've got a bit of trim left in there. That's not great. But that's a little bit better now, a bit more stable. Try not to get your tail rotor over there. Speedy Pro. Over the trees, down the valley. I'll just do a slow exit here and let people catch up.
Yeah, 13 miles from the trailhead up to the chalet. Been up here 3 times.
13 miles. So that's a. If you start in the morning, you'd be there at sort of dinner time, I guess.
Yep, pretty much. Long, but not a hard climb. We make about, I think, a total of 900 feet of elevation gain coming up the valleys. Not terrible.
And it's just visually so spectacular. I mean, look at those mountains in the background. Mount Anderson. Oh, you can even see the glacier up there, and it's just incredible. It's such a reward. I mean, not only do you get that historic chalet, RoughLandings, but just the scenery up there is just so spectacular.
That's why I keep going back.
That's why you keep going back. Of course it is. Now this time, I'm actually going to try and follow you, RoughLandings. Instead of just going my own way, I'm going to see if I can do a bit of formation flying for a change. Usually it's people formation on me, but this time it's me formation on RoughLandings. That's all good.
Yeah, so my dad came up here when he was a kid. My dad is, almost 80. But he actually got to sleep in the chalet when he was a kid. It's all closed off now. Only the park rangers use it.
Yeah, it's not in condition to receive lots of guests, I imagine.
Nope, it's not.
A bit of news there from Big Al. That's interesting. Wake turbulence is working fine for Big Al, even with multiplier. What does that mean, your multiplier? Seems to have fixed itself for me anyway, and Big Al's running a 7900 XTX. That's interesting. So better luck with the wake turbulence left on there for Big Al. That's good to know. We'll keep an eye on that as well. I expected that was going to come through in Sim Update 5, that change, and therefore we wouldn't really have a chance to test it until that went live. Bit of close encounters here with these other helicopters. Maybe I should try and stick on the other side of RoughLandings.
Let's see, where are you?
Space Cadet, we are proceeding southwest down the valley. Southwest down the valley. Just point straight out and you'll find us. You just do a bit of a slew to cheat to catch up. And sorry, RoughLandings, did I cut you off there?
Oh, no. I was just trying to figure out where you were. I went to the exterior camera view.
Oh, now I know what it's like for all the other people participating in the group flight when I go to the external camera and can't fly the aircraft anymore.
I jumped back in the cockpit and I was about flying into the mountainside.
Exactly. I was wondering why you were going in that direction. That's a close encounter with those trees, RoughLandings. Living up to your name.
That's exactly why.
Unexpected RoughLandings.
Yeah, I've used this screen name since probably 2003 or 2004, somewhere in there. my first simulator version of the flight simulator was FS 2002 Professional, and I couldn't land an airplane to save my life. So, that's why I gave myself that screen name.
Well,
because every single one of them was a bounce and a crash.
Well, you've increased your difficulty level by moving in the helicopters, and of course increase your fun level as well. Because how fun is it to learn how to do this in helicopters?
Oh man, it's so much fun. Yeah, I think you've seen pictures of them. But I built a full set of full-size helicopter controls and mixed that with the VR headset, and it's so much fun. Much fun. So we're gonna head up this valley right here to the left, overfly Discovery Peak and Discovery Lake, and then from there we'll drop down in the valley and overfly Wainuchi Lake, and then head for the coast.
Excellent stuff. Remember, heroes and real pilots fly helicopters, and that's from an A320 captain. A320 simulations, thank you.
Looks like Newber is heading down the river away from us.
Oh well, don't worry. Newber, turn left. Oh dear.
Gotta climb.
Yeah, look, I know people get a lot of value out of their home setups. It sounds like you've done the same, RoughLandings, just by investing in your full-size controls and your VR, and you just feel like you're really there. I'm sure. I know Pete NZ's got a pretty exciting setup as well, so it's really great to see people investing heavily into that. I'm still all desktop, but I might have a chance to expand a little bit this year into a slightly more enhanced setup, but we'll have to see how that goes. That's all a work in progress at the moment.
Well, if you can make it work, do it. It's incredible.
Discovery Peak. That's a good name.
Discovery Peak. I've camped at Discovery Lake several times. Been coming to Discovery Lake since I was a kid. And I remember somewhere up here there's an old copper mine that we kind of bushwhacked across country to from the lake to go see, and walked back inside this mine a little ways. Kind of spooky, probably not the best idea, but it was fun at the time.
Yeah, abandoned mines don't really excite me on a safety level. I've lost sight of you, RoughLandings. Did I just overtake you?
I don't know. I don't see where you're at. I'm just.
I've got Iberian trim in sight now.
Just northeast of the Discovery Peak, just about to pass over the ridge.
You have actually disappeared from my screen. I'm pretty sure you just. I thought I overtook you and then I couldn't see you anymore. How strange.
He was right above you for a second, but
Or maybe we're occupying exactly the same
I'm off to you. I see you. I'm off to your right, up above you.
Okay. Oh, this is so good up here, isn't it?
Right.
So good. Ritzkio doing a bit of a nosedive there in your H500, I think.
All right, hook around Discovery Peak here, and you'll see tiny little Discovery Lake. Went in there a couple of years ago, and we had just the most amazing meteor shower that night. It was
Ooh, nice.
phenomenal. Just crystal clear skies, and out here without any light pollution, the stars are just incredible.
Ugh. That.
I tried fishing that lake, but the guy that, one of the other guys that's camping at the lake that got there ahead of us, I think he caught the only fish in the lake. And I'm serious. I think it was the only fish in the lake.
Wow.
All right, let's see. Wainuchi Lake. Let's see where we go. Yeah, Wainuchi Lake would be off to our left. Drop down into the valley here.
So, Dolly Drambustic, happy birthday to Elsa. She's my flight sim buddy. Lots of love from Dixon. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Big Al, being in an airline is like being in a bus for me. It has to be Halley's now. I just don't think that I'm hungry to go back to that experience of. I mean, I used to enjoy airliner simming and setting it all up and getting the route in and doing all the planning and all that kind of stuff. But then basically, you're an autopilot a minute after taking off, and it was like, yeah, I hunger for more now. That's why I do helicopters. That's just me though. But not to yuck anyone else's yum. If you love what you love, go and enjoy it. I say, make the most of it. The world is your oyster, and I have just swooped down at very high speed, so I'll do an S-turn here to let RoughLandings get past me again. Space Cadet, you just got yourself a flight sim seat this week. Very nice. Oh, the scenery is just stop it. It's just so stunning everywhere you look. This feels a little bit more rainforesty on this side. Maybe the colours are a little bit different.
Yeah, definitely more green, a lot more moisture.
Roger. Wainuchi Lake. Almost feels like we might be about to hit civilization again, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're just... All right, who's flying the C-17?
I saw it too.
My favourite
Wainuchi Lake is a man-made lake, by the way.
Oh, there's a dam at the other end, yeah?
Yep, there's a dam at the other end.
I love it where we just happen to get to like a reasonably sufficiently busy airport that our 25 helicopters show up and buzz the one legitimate fixed wing pilot who is going, where are all these helicopters coming from? Oh, good times in Microsoft Flight Simulator.
All right, C-17 part disappeared.
Yeah, showed up as an A400 for me. Alright, I'm finally back on your wing at RoughLandings, so that's worked. Do you still get good fishing in the dam? Oh, I mean the artificial lake, as you called it?
Yeah, I haven't. I think I've fished the lake once, and it was just quick stop on the way out of the mountains. I haven't caught anything out of Wainuchi.
I find that for bird watching, lakes or dams, as we call them. I know the dam is the structure at the other end, but often in Australia we just call the whole thing a dam, or a reservoir maybe.
No.
Or a reservoir, if I use that Australian pronunciation. Often aren't that great for birds for some reason. Like, there's just something about the environment where because it's not a naturally formed lake, that they just don't use it in the same way that they would if it were a natural structure.
Huh.
Probably not a problem for arboreal birds, just your... that's not bad. There's a bridge going across there. Not modelled, that dam. How about those dams in Japan that we flew over? That was something.
I think I missed the Japan flight.
Well, it was a little bit long. That was my main memory of that. But we did Mount Fuji and got some dams in over on the west coast there. Pretty exciting. All modelled beautifully in the Japan World Update. Oh, so we're almost on our straight line now, aren't we?
Yes, sir.
So what I might do is actually get myself into autopilot. And how are we going for time? We've been flying 2 hours. Oh, that's not too bad. We've sort of brought it back. That's okay. So I'm going to just synchronize my heading there. We'll just get the altitude hold on. SAS, please. SAS, please. And alt. And we'll just get the heading bug over here. See if it's all going to settle down okay. And I'll just enjoy the outside view for a sec. Oh, that's where we came from, Wainuchi Lake. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Oh, these flyby shots are great today. Woof! That's good. That's really good. So, let me just analyse what I've got here. I need to come a bit to the right, and it looks like I'm going to need to still be on the autopilot to make sure I don't smack into one of these hills. Ritzkio's got the right direction, I think.
Yeah, I think generally you want to point yourself at Cougar Mountain if you got those waypoints pulled up.
Okay, I will make direct Cougar Mountain.
I think I should put us close to a river we can follow on out.
Oh yeah. Oh, I just love these chase plane flybys so much. So good for this kind of work as well. Look at all these excellent helicopters. Alright, I will need to get a little bit more height on here, I think. So lower the collective initially and get ready to go speed hold. Pull a bit more collective now to rise up. Cougar Mountain, thanks to the point of interest edited manually by RoughLandings himself. I see is at 1,476 feet. That's really great. So great.
I think my son, who is not on the flight with us today, is actually in the area we're going to be landing clam digging today with his aunt.
Clam digging at Copalis Beach. Look out for the helicopters, they're a real risk there.
I've been there clam digging once. Actually saw a couple aircraft on the beach. Kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. I like what you've done as well. So RoughLandings has put a couple of static aircraft on the beach for us if you're using the scenery. Yeah, Big Al. Collective would really make things great for you, Matt. Yeah, I've one from WinWing, now Wing Control, and you love it. So Big Al, your collective goes on to the same base, doesn't it? So it would still be, is it correct that the WinWing or Wing Control collective goes onto this wind control Orion base. Am I right or wrong about that? Yeah. So it goes onto that base, I think. Yeah. I hope to, if I get myself a proper room where I can actually have a bit of space, and if I can get myself a flight sim chair onto which I can mount a proper collective, I intend to have this throttle there anyway, but also to have a collective lever with a different controller. Hoping to try out an Etsy model, and I eventually hope I'll be able to try out a Verbal collective controller, so to maybe give you a bit of perspective on what might work well for your home setup, depending on what's open to you. I'd like to still be able to sort of stay in touch with people who do desktop flight simming like I do. It's permanently a challenge in content creation. You know, are you making the content too high for entry-level people, and can you still stay in touch and get entry-level people, helicopter beginners into helicopter flight simulation without making it a barrier for them that I'm using higher level gear, you know what I mean? So I'd like to also get into doing a couple of tests on entry-level joysticks with levers, sliders on them, and just to show that they, can work for helicopters as well. I saw another YouTuber recently did I've forgotten the name of that flight controller now, the one, like the console controller, but with the levers on it, so that could be beneficial for helicopter flying. So be good to maybe try that out at some point as well, so just to show people that you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a setup to enjoy an entry into helicopter flight simulation. But if you do have the resource, then that's available to you too, and to really enhance your immersion or your realism, if that's kind of what you're into with your flight simulation. Yeah, A320, you've got a Verbal collective, right? Paired with SimFab cockpit, which is designed to work together. I see. I wasn't aware. SimFab, right? And A320, are you your sim rig, is that set up to be multi-purpose, so you can do fixed wing and helicopter all from the same rig? I assume it must be, because you're doing a lot of content creation and all kinds of different aircraft. Honeycomb Echo, thank you. That's the one I'm thinking of, isn't it? The console style controller, but with all the sliders on it, so you can do your throttle, prop, pitch, and mixture. But you could potentially be doing your collective on there as well, I think. Oh, excellent, excellent formation flying there from Nuba. I've got the autopilot on now, so if you want to practice your formation flying, I am flying about as straight and level as I possibly can because I've got the autopilot on. Mac 2 Slew 2, I use the T-Flight HOTAS 1 and an Xbox controller to have a blast. Yeah. Yeah, now the T-Flight HOTAS 1, that works with PlayStation as well. Am I right about that? Does the T-Flight HOTAS 1 work with PlayStation? Because their options are a little bit more limited, so might be worth me having a look at that one of these days as well. So I'm just going down stream a bit, so I'm a bit south of the flight plan, but I think that's going to be good. It means we might just get a bit more of a look at the location here. How are we going for wind? 13 knots now from the, wow, it's really swung around. Now from the southeast. That's good for our beach landing, actually. That means we can go nose in, I think, into the beach. And I'd love for people to turn around so we can get a group shot with everyone's nose pointing out into the ocean, but you'll be doing it with a little bit of a tailwind potentially, so it might be a bit squirrely for you. Yeah, so is there a PS edition for that control as well, Mac 2 Slew 2, right, interesting. Oh, it's got a switch, so you switch between Xbox PC. And you've got the keyboard right behind the flight stick, like me. My keyboard's right here. So you make work what you've got available to you. The best flight sim rig you can possibly have is the one you've got right now, and to increase your skill on that one. Speed Mats 28, nice formation flying from you as well. Speedy Go M1 Clock Nuba, all in beautiful formation there. Look at that view out to the ocean. The Pacific Ocean, wow, we've had all the scenery today, haven't we? Had all the geography. It's been absolutely beautiful. Real great experience. Thanks to RoughLandings for setting this all up for us. I'm open to...
My pleasure.
Oh, excellent stuff. Yeah, I hope we did it justice. Did we?
Oh, heck yeah.
Rushing through with our 20-plus helicopters. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And like I keep saying, it's really special when it's meaningful to the people who are involved. So, yeah, I welcome ideas from people who want to take us to an area that works well for them. The ideal flight plan is one that takes probably about 200, well, for me, 200 kilometers. So what's that going to be, 120, 130 miles or something? Usually seems to turn into about 2 or 2.5 hours. So that's about the ideal length. 120 miles or 200 kilometers, maybe a tiny bit more if you're organized. If you have a couple of landings, obviously it takes a bit longer. Big Al, have you tried helis and X-Plane? Yes, I have. I'd made a video about the Alpine Studios AS350 pack, which I'm very jealous of. I really want that in MSFS 2024 as well. If that were in 2024, I'd be flying that AS350 all the time, believe me. One of my favorite helicopters. So yes, I did try. I found the yaw stability a bit too stable, but I enjoyed the collective stability. So MSFS 2024, the collective is a little bit unstable. It's very hard to get the right setting, especially with my gear. Even though this is perfectly fine, this controller, it's just hard to get it right. So the X-Plane helicopters are definitely good. So I'm just going to try and lose a bit of height here, speed hold, and just put the collective down, and we'll come down to probably about 1,000 feet as we just track up the coast. So Copalis Beach is up there, and I'm just going to be approaching from the south, just because I wanted to enjoy the scenery down here as well. What's this inlet called over here that I've got on my left here? Hokiam or
It's Hoquiam.
Hoquiam. Is that what the inlet's called, or that little harbour?
Yeah. This is Gray's Harbor.
Gray's Harbor. Thank you. Thank you.
Gray's Harbor. It's named after Robert Gray, who was captain of what's the name of it? One of the early ships that British ships, I think it was, that explored the Pacific coast.
200 kilometers equals 124 freedom miles, says A320 Simulations. I'm going to leave that one right there. Thank you. All right, heading for the coast. We'll hit altitude hold there. And there's Hogan's Corner off to my left, and I will get onto the Pacific coast here and proceed north up to Copalis Beach, or Copalis State. It's a very grand name for an airport that's basically the beach, Copalis State. 100 knots on here. Still got people in beautiful formation here behind me. Good work, people. Great work. Really good.
It's been a good flight today.
It's been a really good flight. Yeah, really good flight. You've done, I mean, you did us a great service. You did the scenery pack, so I had all the points of interest in there. That really adds a lot, especially when there are so many peaks and so many lakes to enjoy. That adds a lot. And all your personal reflections as well about what it's like to walk in the area and enjoy it. So wonderful occasion. So yeah, I welcome other people if you. I mean, RoughLandings has set the bar pretty high. But on the other hand, if you want to collaborate with me, and we'll make a flight plan based on a route that works nicely for you. I think the best routes are ones where there's, if you've not planned a route before, is let's say a well-established starting point and a well-established ending point. RoughLandings has gone a bit alternative on us today, which I agree with because it's fun. But yeah, like especially if there's a handcrafted airport involved at the start, I think that makes it enjoyable for people. So here I am in Pacific Ocean. Woo! Well, it's a bit boring compared to those mountains, but it is beautiful. But let's now turn around up the coast, and we'll get down to Copalis State, the very grandly named Copalis State. And I'll be able to I'll approach nose into the beach, but then I'll turn around, and I'd love everyone to get their nose pointing out to the ocean on the beach. And we'll get a beautiful group shot there with all the helicopters lined up. Cool, bro. I got into Hilos from watching your videos. Thank you. Really glad to hear that it's been a view. It really honestly gives me such a positive buzz to hear that people get that kind of value out of the content, that they are inspired to lift their helicopter game and spend a bit more time on these challenging machines. Love to hear that. And cool, bro, you love these Black Hawks. Yeah, these are the MH60 pack machines. You can see a couple of variants there. It looks like Shape and Wookiees in a Sierra model with the tail wheel there right at the aft. Nuba up there at the back left there. Might have to pan around a bit for you. Nuba's in a Jayhawk with that wheel just under the engine outlet there. Great to have those along. Real important addition to the helicopter fleet from Miltech when they released that mid last year. And I've got to be having this BO 105 with us anytime soon. I feel it's got to be any week now, surely. Okay, autopilot's coming off, so we'll start to plan our approach into this beach. Landing light goes on. First time I've remembered that today. I love it that there's a ship out there in the water. Did you put that ship there, RoughLandings?
I did.
Nice.
And if you're to fly down to the mouth of Grays Harbor, I put a tanker ship down there that has a landable helipad on it.
Nice work. So I've got 100 knots on, and I've still got 900 feet to lose, so I need to get this nose up and this collective down, start losing speed, and I'll just kind of make for where all the other helicopters are going. And that'll be more or less into the wind at that point. So that'll be good. So getting a little bit of shuddering here in the cockpit as we get that blade slap, as I lose energy here through the rotor system. Oh my god, another amazing anecdote from A320 simulations. I'll get to that in a sec. I'll just concentrate on my landing here first. Oh boy. Oh, this is great. So that's more or less into the wind now, but I'm going to line up with the other helicopters. Oh, you got your nose pointing out to the ocean. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. And I'll leave a bit of room there for other people to get into. Or shall I line up? I'll line up with Mako 6 here. Don't think you'd want to be on this runway when there's a storm surge coming off the Pacific Ocean there. You might find a bit of salt water damage in your machine. Probably not too bad for the MH60s. Wouldn't be so great for an H130, I don't think. Just settle down there now. Ground effects just pushed me off there a little bit. Hard to know exactly how high I am in 2 dimensions. There it is there. Oop. And then down for the last part there. How did we go in terms of the lineup? Oh, very nice. Very nice. Actually, I'm pretty happy with my relationship there, or my, you know what I mean, the spatial relationship with Mako 6. That's good. Right, so let's get idling on that. Let's get that landing light off. And let's enjoy all the other landings here. Let's pop outside. Get that horn switched off now. Chase, there we go. So, what are we going to do here? Canuti, hello. In your Canadian Huey. So, who hasn't landed yet? Speed mats, you see you're dragging yourself along the sand there. No worries. Nuba, let's have a look at your landing. Iberian trim looks like a nice one coming in there as well. Oh, yeah, overshot it a bit. You didn't expect this, did you, that I was going to be analysing everyone's landing? Bit of performance pressure there from Nubit. There you go. There, tail wheels on the ground now. There's no way you should be able to like proceed through the proceed through the sand with those wheels, is it? But it seems to be working all right. Well, it is a runway. Maybe it's quite compacted, this sand here. N1 clock. Here we go. Oh, the H130. Good looking machine. That is some impressive helicopter. Whoa, look out for Nubit. Oni over here has been much more sensible. Oh, great advice there from A320. So I'll just do your advice there first, and then we'll come back to your nice anecdote. Hello, Mrs. TPHI. So, landing advice. Try and transition your view from looking down and anticipating the landing and focus instead on the horizon. Yes, look out of your cockpit when you're landing. Pick up what we call a hovering reference point. Just use your peripheral vision for the ground. It's always a bit hard in 2D, definitely easier in VR. Space Cadet says, you guys are in the water. Oh, these ones over here? Well, I'm pretty sure I'm on the beach using the scenery. I'm pretty sure that RoughLandings wouldn't have changed the nature of the scenery, but there is a bit of a pond there, isn't there? So it looks like... who's this one here? Is this Shaven Wookie? No, Ritzkio. From my perspective, Ritzkio looks like you might just be in the water there. Mach 2, Slew 2, definitely in the little pool over there. Nice lineup of helicopters back here as well, people.
Yeah, if you don't have the scenery installed, the most west line could definitely be in the water, because I did widen the beach a little bit here.
Oh, you did change the landscape. Oh, no. Oh, no.
I just made it look like the tide was out.
Which you got to admit is going to be a lot easier than trying to land here when the tide's in.
Yep.
Yeah, half the crew is in the water.
Half the crew is in the water. Okay, all right. Well, for the sake of a beautiful group photo and for freeing up the runway for other people to land on, I am going to land beside where Mia Scully is and Alois and everyone else over there. So we'll actually get ourselves not in the water and get an even better group shot. So a little more opportunity for some helicopter shenanigans here. Whoops. Just had a bit of trim.
Yeah, the problem is if you put the helicopter on the water, it just floats away. You can't stop the thing from drifting.
Not the preferred helicopter situation. I mean, there's enough drifting even going through the air, let alone putting it on the water. Oh dear. Let's come over here. I'll again try and get the nose into the pointing at the ocean, so it looks nice. Oh, that was a little bit too fast. And we'll just take, whoops, I just had to change my view. That was saying I was just doing too many things all at the same time. So I'll just try and back up a little bit. Yeah. I knew it. Now I'm going to be doing a terrible job. Now the A320 simulations is watching. So, so let's just go over here. We'll take the advice. We'll look out to the horizon. Reset the view, for God's sake, Matthew. And lowering it now. Looking out, not down. Looking out, not down.
That 222 looks so good in a Coast Guard skin.
There we go. Right, let's just turn off that head tracking, and we'll have another look outside again and see how we did. There we go. Now no one can complain about me being in the ocean. Oh, Iberian Trim's going to go for a swim. You go and enjoy that. I imagine the Pacific Ocean's quite cold down there. No, cool for Matt, but try to use the technique when you fly night vision goggles, you lose all depth perception. Oh yeah, so similar to the 2D experience with a monitor. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sorry, I have to scroll back to the A320's earlier anecdote. Let's all fly over South Central Los Angeles at like 500 feet. And if MSFS 2024 is actually a full fidelity experience, we can expect to dodge gunfire. One of my favourite things when I flew for the police. Oh, wow. I just also remember, was it Hurricane Katrina when the relief flights, the helicopters were trying to get in and people were shooting at the helicopters, dropping the supplies and stuff? Wow. 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 I'm going to have to leave that there. I'm going to have to leave that there. What an experience. So what else have I missed there? Yeah, I think I might have caught up on all the text chats now. Excellent stuff. So my helicopter is not stable here. I don't know why. I've got the I'm at idle, so I might be able to switch the helicopter off now. So I might just follow the checklist to do it properly, and then we'll have a bit of a chat, see if anyone else has got any ideas they want to do, and we'll wrap it up. So cyclic is neutral, collective is fully down, twist grip is locked and is idle, cooldown we've done that, horn is off, landing light is off, all systems are off except anti-cols, so avionics, generator does not go off yet. In fact, that is all the systems, so that was pretty easy. Starter switch, open the guard and go off. We don't have a guard. Oh, that's not the starter switch. We just turn it off. There we go. That comes down, and then we turn the generator off. Hello, Metallic Sol. There we go. So while they're shooting at us, zigzag, zigzag. Yeah, I bet. Oh my god, what a world. Anyway, so oh dear, Iberian Trim. That didn't look comfortable. You were sort of nose down in that puddle. Great flying, people. That was thoroughly enjoyable. Again, thank you to RoughLandings for that excellent work. Sounded like you're pretty happy with the result, and here we are on the beach. You need a long fishing rod, don't you? To do some surf casting down here, RoughLandings.
Yes.
Space Cadet, what is the informational banner across the top of the screen? Well, I can turn that off now because the flight's basically finished, but Space Cadet, danke für den schönen Flug. You are so welcome, Alois. I wish I could respond to you in kind, but you are very welcome. Danke to you. Thank you for joining our flight. Always good to have you along, Alois, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope people whose English is not their first language still get enjoyment out of our streams. Hopefully, I know there's a lot of technical terms, and half the stream is me going, wow, look at this beautiful scenery, so that still works. But yeah, I hope you get lots out of the stream, so thank you for joining in. The info bar that I use at the top, I made myself, so there's a utility called Streamflight, and I think a lot of streamers use it. And the Streamflight utility grabs the flight information from MSFS, like the speed, the altitude, the vertical speed, the wind direction, the outside air temperature. I have to type in the type manually, and then it outputs it in a way where in OBS I can arrange it on the screen up there. So and then do the font and everything like that. So the info bar to me still looks a little bit big. I sort of it used to be a bit bigger, but I've sort of snuck it down in size a couple times. So I might have to see if I can shrink it down. It's quite a lot of work. You have to arrange all the things individually. It's actually quite annoying. So that'll be a couple of hours of work to sort of resize it again. But the info bar is pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. I hope it's useful for people watching the stream. If people just sort of tune in and they want to know what's going on, there's the information up the top there. So it's a bit of a helpful cheat.
It needs a location. We need to know where you are.
Yeah, like the closest airport or something.
Yeah, the closest ICAO.
I think that's more for airliner flying. Like a lot of the airliner simmers, they'll put their departure and their arrival up there as well. It's like we're all for the VFR flights. We just flow along and just enjoy it like that. So I don't put the location on. Maybe I should. I don't know. Yeah, the closest ICAO might be helpful for people who want to join in as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I needed it to find you today.
Yeah, it's better than having to read down the whole list and trying to figure out where we are. That's right. Fair enough too. Do you have flow? Matt asks Big Al. No, that's the parallel 42 utility, right? No, I don't. The only parallel 42 utility I have is Chaseplane. Current heading would help track. Yeah, I don't want to put too much stuff up there. What do you reckon? Should I try and squeeze in a bit more information up the top, or what? I could all just make all the text smaller and just put more values up there, I suppose. Why is my helicopter still jiggling around on the ground? Stop it. Anti-coils finally can come off. Battery goes off, and it's still moving around. Oh, yeah, so Flow's already got a widget like all of this with the info, yeah. Well, the benefit of this is I can animate it as well, so I can do stuff like this, so I can go back to chatting and the info bar animates off, and then it comes back in when I go back in like that. So it's, yeah, it's reasonably... I'm greatly unsettled by this moving around of the helicopter. I'm just going to see if I can just slew onto slightly firmer ground. No, it's exactly the same. I think that the sim thinks that I am on water and it's bobbing around like I'm on water. So I think that's what's happening there. Very silly. In fact, I can't handle it, so I'm going to have to go outside and pretend it's not happening.
Well, guys, RoughLandings is out. Thanks for taking along for me. Thanks for hosting the flight.
Thank you for the tour, sir.
And, yeah. Gotta go make dinner, so you guys
Excellent
take care.
Stuff. Excellent stuff. RoughLandings, I will give you the highest Australian compliment, which is to say, you absolute legend.
I enjoy your channel and the content you make, and I love tagging along on these flights. So.
That's very meaningful. Thank you very much, RoughLandings. Been great to have you along today. Thanks for doing all of this for us. Look forward to catching you again soon at another location. Always open to ideas from people. Oni, I showed up uninvited. You didn't need an invitation. The invitation is open to everyone, Oni, but you tried to stay out of the way. I think you did a great job. Good flying. Thanks for the flight. You are so welcome. Oh, so Nick's saying I'm still in the water. Okay, well, maybe if I just slew backwards even more over on the other side of Shaven Wookie. Yeah, right. So, so we've got a bit of a scenery disagreement. That's what happened there. But anyway, I've fixed it now by going up there. So I'm definitely not in the ocean anymore. I thought it was all in the correct lineup. How awesome doing a beach landing in helicopters. So I think the first time we've done that. Well, definitely as a destination. Never done it like this before, so that's kind of fun. Riskio is having fun there in your paraglider or whatever it's called. It had a smoke effect too when you got down low. It was kicking up the dust for Itzkio when you came down low. Even from my view. Here he comes. There it is. Nicely done. I've never played with that thing. Evidently it's a default MSFS 2020 aircraft, but I've not played with that yet. Okay, last call for questions on the stream. Then we will shut the stream and I will go and have a chat on Discord if anyone's left over there. So last call for questions in the stream, your helicopter questions or reflections or blockers or anything else you want to talk about. We'll shut down the stream after that. And I'll start to think about where I'm going to go for coffee. That's all I think about. Too bad we don't have tides in the sim, says Bunkfoss. Yeah, dead right. Wouldn't that be nice? Gosh, all the things. And some nice sea, ocean waves coming in. I mean, it'd be very complicated, wouldn't it, tides? Because you'd have like those tidal estuaries where the tide goes right out. And it's exposed mud, like probably the one that we're looking back over there, I imagine. This would be good for shorebirds here. Imagine all the migratory shorebirds coming down from this part of the Washington state. This will be good in your austral summer, when we lose our migratory waders down south and they all end up over there. Andrew, it was strange for you. Yes, the model matching wasn't... Oh, it was looking great at the start of the flight, but now it's not. Yeah, I think it reloads stuff as it goes, so... You don't have a lot of control over what it's going to show you. I would think that it's going to improve in Sim Update 5. That's what the promise is anyway. I don't do the streams in the beta because it's just going to be making it a bit harder for some people. So the streams are always in the live version. But it might be that we get our next flight in 1 week or in 2 weeks. It could be in the Sim Update 5, which will be exciting. So we'll have the updated physics for computational flight dynamics, that is, for the computational fluid dynamics simulation around elevated pads is absolutely for sure improved in Sim Update 5. I've tried that myself in a stream I did on Twitch, and I was actually really impressed by what I saw. So another reason to be satisfied that the helicopter flight dynamics are heading in the right direction in MSFS 2024. And hopefully another reason for people to come over and do a bit more helicopter flying with us in this sim. So on here, at least I saw all helicopters except for the A400M that showed up about 3/4 of the way through. I think that actually was an A400. Maybe they were following us along and bombed us with a A400. Big Al, great to have you along. Thanks very much for those thoughts. Well, that looks like it's about it, dear friends. I will say goodbye, wind up the stream, and then say hello to whoever's in Discord. So if you have not joined the Discord yet, let me just put the link up to it right now. There's the Discord. The newsletter too. Love it if you'd care to join. Subscribe to the newsletter where I put some reflections that you don't necessarily get in the channel. And it means I can keep touch with you regardless of how things go on YouTube, because who knows. So yeah, but the Discord link is up there as well, and you can join in on the Discord server there and join the events that we load up on there, so that you get sort of first call on those, and you get the voice chat without delay, latency, so less latency on there, so you might find that good. But anyway, that's all there for you. Thanks again, people. Look forward to catching you next time. Thanks, and see you later. Have a great day.